What's going on, guys? I think I'm ready to do a Phoenixmon X-Antibody deck profile. So here we go. There are going to be some spots where you can cards that you can change in some spots, but of course, just going to do Yokomon. Just has an on deletion. So the whole gimmick of this deck is to return cards from your trash to your hand, then triggering the Tamer's effect to play them for free by returning Sora, in this case, to the hand. Well, we'll get into it. Anyway, on deletion, return one of the Digimon with avian, bird, beast, animal, or sovereign other than sea animal and one of its traits from your trash to your hand. It's going to come up and you need this. So there's one way to recycle cards. Love this deck because it gives that Phoenixmon kind of vibe, or Phoenix vibe, where, you know, you could just, because a Phoenix reincarnates, you know, whatever. We got the Biomon from BT11. You drop it, you search for 3 cards, you get a target and a tamer. So one red Digimon card with vaccine and one red tamer, and then the rest go back to the bottom. And then the on deletion, if you have a red tamer in play, you gain a memory. Just absolutely good for search power. And another, I actually really like this Biomon from BT15. I think it's really good. I like it because you digivolve down here and then you move up, and then it'll trigger the start of main phase by trashing one card with avian, bird, beast, animal, or sovereign. You can reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and then you can add 1 red card among them and then return the rest to the bottom. So that, with that effect, you can get tamers, you can get option cards, you can get other Digimon that doesn't qualify the whole avian beast, you know, little thing. Then the inherit once per turn. During your turn, when a card is removed from your security from your opponent's stack, gain 1 memory. 2 Agumon. I had 4. Just gives your turn 1000 DP. He's vaccine, so you're able to get him from, you know, like Biomon's effect. You can't really recycle this back to your hand because it's a reptile. It's not an avian. It's not a beast or any of that. So be mindful of that. So because of that, I ended up trying 2 Bearmons because they're beast. And beasts are in line with this shim, whatever. So you're able to get it from the trash. And another little combo that we use on here. But this Bearmon has a inherit your turn once per turn. When this Digimon's attack target is switched, this Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn. And you know where I'm going with this or no? Saberjamon raid, give it 3000 DP. Now you can swing over things with 8000 as opposed to 5. And you survive. Bam. So I'm actually thinking of, the only reason I'm running 2 is because you're not really switching targets with raid. You only have that with the Saberjamon. If this was all turns, then it'd be nasty. So that's pretty much the rookie lineup right there. Birdramons. 2 of the BT15. I'm going to go over my whole list of champions and then I'll talk about ratios and stuff. This one, when you digivolve, you get to return a Digimon with the traits to the trash to your hand, which will trigger Sora, which is really nice. Then your turn, same as the Searcher Biomon, the one where you trash a card. If your opponent loses security stack, during your turn, you gain 1 memory. 3 blocker Birdramons. I like this, aside from the blocker, the on deletion effect. So the whole thing with the Phoenixmon X antibody, it adds end of attack to all of your on deletion effects. That's what makes that card nasty. However, you need to have Phoenixmon underneath, but on deletion, because it's Birdramon, on deletion, you get to play a red tamer from your hand. So now you're just playing tamers for free after your attack, as opposed to getting deleted. 3 sabers. This card is so nuts. Really stupid. Like I said, with the Bearmon, you raid, since you switched your attack target, now it jumps up to 8000. So now you could swing over things as opposed to just kind of like bombing and swinging over something and kind of deleting yourself. Although that's what you're gonna do, but the Yokomon is what really helps in this scenario, because if it's underneath, now you can just, this is really just like a Gaia Force. That's what it is. So you raid, go into something, the Saberjamon has raid and retaliation. So if it gets deleted, it takes down the other Digimon with it. And the Yokomon on deletion, you get to basically put the Saberjamon back in your hand. Been trying 2 of the starter deck 1 Greymon. Security attack +1. Just because this deck is not as fast, and I want to give it more aggression. So Greymon is the way to go. If you don't want to run these, you can do 4 of the blockers and 3 of this Bergermon. Or you could run 1 Greymon if you'd like. But I'm trying this out. It's actually working so far. Just remember that you can't play this from the effects of Sora. You can't bring this back from the trash. I think only the Garudamon X, you can bring it back. We'll get into it, but it's the reason why I'm running 2 and not more than 2. 1 Garudamon from BT11. This one because it's a blocker, and I don't have to worry about it. If it gets deleted, I have overflow on it. And then the on deletion, you get to play a tamer from your hand. Pretty much it. Garuda Ace. I love this card. This card is nuts. So it's on play when digivolving. You get to play a red tamer from your hand. Then if you played a tamer, it activates its all turns once per turn. You can delete a Digimon with blocker. If you saw my video with Phoenixmon versus Rapidmon, I utilize this card a lot, and that's how you're able to just drop it, delete Mega Gargo Ace, and now you played it for free. It's absolutely nuts. Now, the main new card that does make this deck really good now is this Garudamon X. And you Digivolve 0 from Garudamon. So what's cool is that you're able to play the Garuda for 4, pop a Tamer. So in this case, let's say you played it for 4, you delete a Mega Gargo Ace. After you play a Tamer, you gain 4 memory. Now you Digivolve for 0. And now, what this Garudamon X does, has an on-play when Digivolving, you may return 1 red Digimon card from your trash to the hand. There you go. So that's effect 1. So you can return Greymon, you can return Agumon with this effect. Any red Digimon card. Not card, red Digimon card. Then, if Garudamon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent with DP less than or equal to this Digimon. So you can see how you can pop 2 bodies just by playing the Garuda. It's your turn. And then you just Digivolve for 0. Then you actually can give a rush. How so? Tell me. Well, I'm glad you asked. Your turn, once per turn. When a red Digimon card is returned from your trash to the hand, one of your Digimon gains rush for the turn. It's nuts. So you don't really need a Akio? I still don't know how to say your damn name. Because you have this card to give yourself rush, so long as, even if you just on play, which you'll play it from effects. If you play it from Sora's effect, late game, you play it, you recover a card, or you return a card from your trash, you can give this one itself rush or another card rush. It's really good. Really, really good. That's it for the level 5s. Level 6s. 4 of the BT15 Phoenixmon. I actually just prefer this one. I really do. Over the BT11 one, which I do run in here too, but on play and on deletion, if your opponent has 3 or fewer security cards, delete one of their Digimon with the lowest DP. If they have 4 or more, trash the top card of the security stack. When Digivolving, you may play 1 red Digimon card with 5,000 DP or less, or 1 red Tamer card from your hand without paying for its cost. So it does a lot of good things, and I actually had 3 of those, and then I had 2 of the Phoenixmon here. But I'm going to be honest with you, this one is dependent on how many Tamers you have on play, and it's not as Tamer heavy as it was before. So it's kind of like, yeah, you'll still play bodies that are 8,000. You'll still play a higher amount than the Phoenixmon here. But if you guys see the video, you'll see that I end up doing a combo, and you'll Digivolve into the Phoenixmon, but then it passes turn. You're not able to swing to proc off his on deletion, his effect to play another Digimon. This one triggers as soon as you Digivolve, so that's why I prefer it, because now you can either play a Digimon 5,000 DP or less, or you can just drop the Sora back. But this Phoenixmon, your turn once per turn. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, you may activate one of this Digimon's on deletion effects. Mind you, that's in any of the whole stack that it has. You could even just trigger the Yokomons if you want and return something to the back. Or this Phoenixmon on deletion, you may play 1 red Digimon card with Avian Burst Beast Animal, blah blah blah, in one of his traits, and 3,000 DP or less from your hand without paying the cost. For each red Tamer you have in play, add 2,000 to the max. So if you have 2 Tamers, now you can play something for 7,000, right? So again, it's kind of more dependent on tamers as opposed to not. Last but not least, the main card, Phoenixmon X Antibody. This card is nuts. So it has when Digivolving Blitz, Digivolve, play cost of 2 or Phoenixmon, or Digivolve for 5. Your turn. When Phoenixmon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, add end of attack to all this Digimon's on deletion effects. And then Phoenixmon itself. On deletion, you may play 1 red Digimon card with Avian, Beast, Bird, Animal, or Sovereign, other than Sea Animal in one of its traits, and with 11,000 DP or less from your hand without paying the cost. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to the DP it was played. I always forget about that one. Anyway, this is why I also prefer this Phoenixmon, because now when you end up swinging with the Phoenixmon, you have a Phoenixmon underneath. You can trigger this on deletion. You can play another Phoenixmon. This one doesn't have an on play, but this bad boy does. And now, boom, you can on play it. And now if your opponent has 3 or fewer security cards, you can delete one of their Digimon. If they have 4 or more, you can trash your security. So now you're trashing security just for attacking as well, or, you know, end up deleting something. So you can pop a Digimon from this one and from here when you on play it. 3 Soras. So I've said this deck isn't as tamer heavy as it used to. Still runs quite a few tamers, but not as much. Sora is a memory setter. Then alternates when a red Digimon card returns from your trash to the hand. By returning this tamer to the hand, you may play 1 13,000 DP or less red Digimon card with, you know, AV and all that good stuff from its traits from your hand without paying the cost. For each of your opponent's security cards, remove 2,000. So if your opponent has 4, you can play a 3,000 DP, etc. So it's always good in the beginning to just chip at your opponent, even if it's 1 or 2, because now you'll be able to trigger the Sora. And now there's a combo, which I do have it in the Phoenixmon versus Rapidmon. There's a combo that how you can just keep going. You know, you have Sora here, you play the Garuda Ace, you play the Sora again. You know what? I might as well just show you guys, huh? So not want to take too long, but let's say you already have a Sora there. Play the Garuda. You know, whatever. It's your turn. Now the Garuda plays out another Sora. Then you Digivolve into Garuda X. Now you can return both of these after you return a card. Give that one Rush if you want. And now you can play another Garuda, if you can, from Sora's effect. Replay out that Sora. Digivolve for 0 again. Return another card. Return Sora, and you get where I'm going. So now you could keep doing that. The downside is you have the overflow here, so just be careful with that. But that's really about kind of it with the Soros. Come on, always gotta have the altar. Bam, there we go. Akio, damn it, that's her name. Akio. We're running only 3. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I don't like playing her because it reveals cards and you can only add 1 red Digimon card. So sometimes you're bottom decking stuff that you need. So I don't really play her unless I kind of bricked and I need to get something, or if it's late game. But what makes her really good is her your turn. So it kind of does what the Garuda X does, basically. So it gives it Rush. So when you play a Digimon by an effect, you can then suspend the Akio, and then you can give a Digimon that got played by an effect Rush. So that's how this tamer works, which is why Garuda X is just as good, if not better. And then one tie. I just wanna... Yes, you play all these Digimon by effects, so you're not really gonna have a lot of cards that reach for a stack of 4. But I mean, your ideal stack, you could have Garuda X with its Garudamon. You have a Greymon. Look here, this is already 3, and then just having the Yokomon, that's already 4. You swing with this here, you have security attack +1/+2. Downside is it could die, but ideally you end up building in the back, or you build up and now when you're able to go all the way up. And when we have the X-Antibody, you have Blitz anyway. You swing, You got security attack +1, +2. You're at 13,000. Then on deletion, Garuda X, it's inherit, I forgot to talk about. So on deletion, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So now you trash one card, security attack +1, +2, and then the attack is 4 swings in 1. Now, it's not likely that might happen, right? But point is that you could actually benefit from the tie just having a stack going all the way up to Garuda X-Antibody, because that's 4 right there. Pretty much it. You can opt out the tie if you want and put in another tamer, but I like it. Why not? 1 red memory boost and 2 offense training. I cut out 1 for tie, so if you're not going to run tie, you could go back to the split 2 and 2 for searching if you'd rather search. You can do 2 red mems and 1 offense. Reason I have the 2 offense is because this deck has a lot of searching, right? The Akio searches, the Biomon searches, shit, that's it. The other Biomon searches, there's so much searching going on that the searching is I don't need it as much as I would need to climb up faster, which is why I do the offense training. And then Wings of Love, 2 of. You can pop off with 2 memory if you have no tamers. And you're able to play stuff, right? Because now if you have 2, you play a Wings of Love, drop Sora, right? Because you can play a tamer. Play cost 4 less. Then if you have Sora, you can return Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Has to be red, which now triggers a Sora. So now Sora gets triggered, and now you get to play, ideally, I mean, it doesn't matter what you play, but you could play that one, or you could play this Garudamon. The Garudamon plays out the Sora again. Then you get to Digivolve, and now you get to give it Rush if you don't have the Akio, or you get to just drop this one and give itself Rush, and now you can go ahead and swing. But Wings of Love does come in handy, but definitely dropped it from 4 to 2 because the new X-Antibody cards kind of, help you do what the Wings of Love would do. I just liked, especially if I brick, instead of dropping Sora for 4, I'm just playing Wings of Love and leaving you at 2. And now I got a tamer, so pretty good. What you guys think? What are you guys running? Let me know any other deck profiles you guys want to see. Let me know. Thank you so much for the support. I'll see you guys on the next video.